My name is Lisa, and I live with just my father. I've always been a daddy's girl since I was a kid, and even now as an adult, we're really close. My dad has a laid-back personality, so we've always lived a peaceful and happy life.
Oh, no, no. Leave it. I'll wash the dishes. Just put them down.
But you made dinner tonight, so I should at least do the dishes, right?
Well, I've been looking forward to using this detergent I impulsively bought online. I finally finished the old bottle, so.
Oh. I see. Well, I'll take you up on that offer then.
What's funny?
I was just thinking how you still impulsively buy stuff online, just like you used to. That's how my father and I spent our days, happy and content. But then, one day.
Hey, sis.
Whoa. You scared me. Mio, when did you get here?
Just now. Anyway, how long are you planning to stay single?
How long? That's my choice, isn't it?
You're just sitting around. Aren't you embarrassed that I, your younger sister, got married before you?
Well, if I meet the right person, I'll get married eventually. This is my younger sister, Mio. She moved out right after graduating from high school and got married last year. Her husband, Jiro, works for a major corporation and has a stable job. Maybe because she married someone like that, Mio started to look down on me whenever she visited home. A week after that.
Excuse me for intruding. No matter how many times I see it, Mio's family home is really impressive and spacious.
Right. But don't you think it's unfair that only my sister gets to live here? She's living in this huge house without paying any rent, you know.
Hey. I contribute money every month, so I'm not living here for free.
You don't have to act so tough, Lisa. You're still single and don't even have a boyfriend.
You've missed your chance to get married, so you should be worried.
Mind your own business. Jiro joined Mio in belittling me. Realizing it was pointless to try reasoning with them, I eventually gave up and just let their words wash over me. As we kept talking for a while.
All right, that's enough, both of you. Stop talking like that.
Father-in-law, you're pretty laid back about all of this, huh?
I'm just respecting Lisa's choices. Besides, she contributes money to the household every month.
Oh, come on, Dad, you're way too easy on her. You don't need to defend someone who's still single.
Exactly. To the rest of the world, someone like that is just a freeloader.
Don't talk like that. Come on, let's stop chatting here and move to the other room.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks to my dad stepping in, I was spared from hearing any more of their comments that day. After that, for some reason, Mio and Jiro stopped coming around the house. Because of that, life went back to normal, and we returned to our peaceful daily routine. But then, a month later.
Here, I finally came by to visit after a while. Oh, where's Dad?
Mio. Dad's out right now, but why? Did you need something from him?
Oh, he's out. Perfect timing. I'll get straight to the point. Why don't you just move out of this house already?
Excuse me? What did you just say?
Yeah, we're telling you to move out. Because starting today, Mio and I are going to live here.
Wait, live here? Does Dad know about this?
I'll tell him when he gets back, but come on, I'm Dad's precious daughter. He'll definitely be thrilled to let us live here, so there's no need to even ask.
But still, suddenly moving in like that is going to be a bit much for him, don't you think? And as for me, you can't just expect me to move out without any warning.
You've lived here long enough already, haven't you? Isn't it about time you stopped leeching off Dad? How long are you going to keep mooching off him? It's time you became independent.
Lisa, no joke, being single and living at your parents' house at your age is pretty bad. At this rate, not only will you never get married, you won't even get a boyfriend. Oh, wait, it's already too late.
Too late? Like I've told you before, I contribute financially, so I'm not freeloading.
If you're still living off Dad, then yeah, you're freeloading. And honestly, someone like you, with no degree and a low-level job, probably can't contribute much anyway. Even if you were putting in some money, it's probably just pocket change at best.
On the other hand, I'm an elite employee at a big company, so Dad can rest easy. So yeah, pack your things and get out of here, you dried-up spinster.
After being spoken to like that, I was furious, so I decided to move out. I explained the situation to my dad when he got home, and I told him something important before I left the house. A month after I started living on my own.
Hey, sis. I know you're in there. Open up.
Lisa, it's no use pretending you're not home.
All right, I'm opening the door. What's with the sudden visit? And how did you even find my place? I didn't give you the address.
When you left, you handed Dad some kind of note, didn't you? I just happened to find it in his study.
We had no clue where you might be, but it turns out you live closer than we thought.
Oh, come on. That's a lie, right? Dad wouldn't just leave something like that lying around. Knowing you, Mio, you probably tore through the house desperately searching for it, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right. Jiro and I searched like crazy.
Of course we searched. We were trying to find you, so we had to.
Why are you so desperate to find me?
Why wouldn't we be? How the hell is the mortgage 500,000 yen a month? What's up with that?
Exactly. No one told us there was a mortgage on that house.
What you found out is exactly what it is. And besides, I've told you both more than once that there was a mortgage. I even made sure to mention it when I left, and I gave you the paperwork, didn't I?
Who actually bothers reading that kind of paperwork?
Normal people do. It had important information.
Even if we had listened, that amount is way too high.
Not if, I did tell you. I explained that the location is prime real estate, which is why it's expensive. If you weren't paying attention and just brushed it off, that's your own fault.
Well, it's not my fault if I didn't hear it, right? There's no way we can afford 500,000 yen a month.
Exactly, so you need to help pay for it.
Nope. After all, according to you two, I'm just a low-educated, bottom-rung employee who can only contribute pocket change, right? When I threw back the words Mio and Jiro had said to me before.
You're still holding a grudge over that?
Wow, sis, you're more childish than I thought. No wonder you can't get a boyfriend.
If that makes me childish, fine. Go ahead, say whatever you want.
What? Are you just gonna act all tough now?
Lisa, you know what's even more embarrassing than being single at your age? Acting like you don't care.
So what? Does my so-called embarrassment somehow affect you and Mio?
Well, no, not exactly, but...
No matter what you say, I'm never going to help either of you.
Dak, seriously. Everyone around me is so frustrating. You've got to be kidding me.
Right? Even that old man only sides with you and never opens his mouth to answer our questions.
That's because he doesn't think you're worth answering.
Shut up. He knows Mio and I are in trouble, yet he does nothing.
Mio, Jiro, that's enough, cut it out.
The ones being ridiculous here are you two.
Dad, and who's that handsome guy?
He's my fiancé.
What? Sis, you have a fiancé, and he's this good looking.
I hadn't mentioned it, but I'm getting married to Noah.
Wait, so you're not a dried-up spinster after all?
And to someone this handsome. That's totally unfair. And how could you keep that from me, your younger sister?
There's nothing unfair about it, and nothing mean about keeping it from you. Do you really think people who constantly say awful things to someone deserve to be told when that person's getting married?
We were just stating facts.
Exactly. I mean, Lisa was living at home like a parasite.
Lisa has been paying the 500,000 yen mortgage every month. How is that being a parasite?
After being scolded by my father for everything they'd said and done, Mio and Jiro.
But Lisa doesn't have a degree, and she's just a bottom-rung employee at a regular company, right? There's no way she could pay a 500,000 yen mortgage every month.
Don't you know? Lisa is the CEO of I Corporation, a company that's growing rapidly.
What? You're telling me she's the CEO of that big company? My sister?
Ha! There's no way Lisa could handle something like that. Impossible.
It's true. Actually, I'm the CEO of KST Corporation. I met Lisa through work. All of our colleagues know this.
You've got to be kidding me. You're the CEO of KST Corporation?
Wait, isn't KST a massive company? And you're marrying the CEO of that company? My sister? This has to be some kind of TV drama. How is this even real?
I guess you could call it fate that Noah and I met.
Lisa has a solid career, and now she has a fiancé. In fact, she changed the name on the house deed to hers and has been paying the mortgage all this time.
So what? Does that mean my sister's actually rich?
She's financially independent, more than I could ever hope to be, you idiot. And she's been thinking ahead, planning for anything that might happen to me. She even told me not to pay a single yen, insisting on saving money for my future.
She stayed living at home because she was worried about her dad. How could you try to kick out such a kind person just for the sake of the house? What were you thinking?
We didn't know, so it's not our fault. I just figured she was still living at home, getting an allowance from Dad.
Yeah, we thought if we moved in, we might get an allowance from him too. That's why we wanted to live together, but you tricked us.
You were the ones who misunderstood. And I know you've been mooching off Dad, asking him for allowance money. In reality, Mio and Jiro had been coming to our family home, constantly asking my father for allowance money. Jiro is supposed to be an elite employee at a major corporation. So, Noah and I found it strange that he would be asking my dad for money.
You work for a big company, don't you? So why are you asking your father-in-law for allowance money? Shouldn't you be the one giving him an allowance instead?
Well, it's because Mio's always been his favorite.
Yeah, ever since I was little, Daddy's always spoiled me. If I ask for money, he'll give me as much as I want.
That's not what we're asking. We're asking why Jiro, who's supposed to be well off, is coming here to ask Dad for money. Shouldn't you be giving him the money instead?
We've got our own reasons. Okay.
What reasons?
Is it really appropriate for a company's CEO to be poking around in other people's finances?
I bet it's because you're spending all your money on expensive stuff to keep up appearances, right?
No way. It's not like that at all.
You might work at a big company, but you're still in your 20s, so you can't be making that much money yet. Still, you should be able to afford the 500,000 yen mortgage. But you're always driving luxury cars, and your clothes, bags, and watches are all high-end brands.
So it's one of those situations where all your salary is going to credit card payments.
That's not true. We get pretty decent bonuses too.
But I bet you're relying on those bonuses, thinking, oh, it'll be fine once the bonus comes in, and overspending beyond your budget.
Lisa's right. Otherwise, there's no reason for you to be asking me for allowance money.
But even if we're getting money from Dad, it's not like it's bothering Lisa, is it?
All my living expenses, everything, is covered by the money Lisa gives me each month. So, in a way, the allowance I've been giving you is really from Lisa.
Not only was I paying the mortgage, but I also covered all of my father's living expenses. My father is still healthy, but I know that anything could happen to me at any time. That's why I told him to save all of his own income. Mio and Jiro hadn't realized how much I was doing until now.
Then why don't you just give us an allowance every month, sis?
Yeah, exactly. As the CEO of AOI, you must be rolling in money. Oh, and while you're at it, you can cover our car loan and credit card bills too.
There's no way I'm doing that. Why should I pay for all the stuff you two wasted your money on?
Hey, you two are married, right? Maybe it's time you learned how to manage your own money better. And Mio, if you worked, you wouldn't have to rely on your dad for everything.
Why should I have to work? I'm fine as long as I get an allowance.
Lisa, from now on, you should give your dad even more money to cover our expenses.
That's enough. I've had it with both of you, Mio and Jiro. You're both disowned. You'll never set foot in this house again.
Why are we getting disowned?
Yeah. And what's going to happen with that house?
Don't worry about the house. Noah and I are moving in today.
I'm here too, so there won't be any problems with Dad's living expenses or the mortgage.
After being told by my father that they were disowned, Mio and Jiro.
Wait, please. Just like Lisa said, we're in debt. If we get kicked out of the house, we'll have nowhere to live.
We're barely making ends meet with the monthly payments. That's why we wanted to move into the house.
You know, a loan is just borrowing from your future self, right? You can use it when necessary, but blowing money just to keep up appearances is stupid.
If our credit cards stop working because of late payments, we'll be in serious trouble.
If we don't get an allowance from Dad, we won't even have money for lunch.
Then how about becoming a cooking husband and making your own lunch?
Like Noah said, Mio, you need to get a job and start living independently.
But I was a celebrity wife. There's no way I can start working now and not being able to shop. Impossible.
You need to realize that your lifestyle until now was the real problem. Neither Dad nor I, and of course not Noah, will give you a single yen in support.
Then, let's all live together as a 3-family household. Come on, please.
Fine, if you pay half the mortgage, 25,000 yen every month, then maybe we'll consider it.
There's no way we can afford that.
Then it's settled. You both need to leave.
See, this is what happens when you live such a reckless life.
Please, let us stay until the mortgage is paid off, and then we'll leave.
No, I'm sure the moment you see the balance going down, you'll start shopping again.
We won't make any more unnecessary purchases. We'll live properly from now on.
Then work together as a couple, Mio. Get a job and contribute to your household.
Please, sis. Let us stay at the family house.
No way. You need to pay off your debts and learn from your mistakes. Although Mio and Jiro begged, they were ultimately kicked out by my father. In the end, they couldn't keep up with their credit card and loan payments, drowning in debt. Without thinking, Mio took out multiple loans from various companies with loose credit checks. Some of them were from shady lenders, and eventually, debt collectors even started showing up at Jiro's workplace. Word spread quickly, and Jiro, unable to bear the embarrassment, resigned from his job. Mio still refused to work, and their debt continued to grow. They could have lived a comfortable life if they had just managed their finances properly, but now that dream was gone. And so, Mio and Jiro lost everything, both their careers and their savings, falling into a miserable life of debt. As for us,
Lisa, this is amazing. The kitchen detergent cleaned the grease off in no time.
oh, that's the one Dad impulsively bought online.
Wait, does that mean your dad's one of those guys who watches late-night TV shopping?
What? You too, no.
Yup. Just the other day, I bought those microfiber cloths that clean oil stains with just water.
Oh, that's the one I was thinking about buying, but decided to wait on.
Oh no. Looks like we've got another online shopping fanatic in the house. After Noah and I moved in with my dad, I discovered that Noah was just as much of a TV shopping fanatic as my father. Even more surprising, they both liked the same kinds of products and enjoyed chatting excitedly about them. Not only did they share a hobby, but their tastes in food were also similar, which made them get along even better than I had expected. Before I knew it, the house was filled with their laughter. In this lively and joyful environment, I started to think that one day we might have children. If that happens, our home will become even more lively and full of life. Imagining this fun and bustling future, I can't help but feel excited about what's to come. If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.